creativity, flow, intuition, ease. Those are the attributes of your feminine energy that we want to include in our YouTube content. Hi beautiful soul, it feels so good to be here with you today. Welcome, my name is Inès. I've created 2 courses. I'm fascinated with feminine energy because it has changed everything for me, giving me more confidence, more courage to create, unlocking my magnetism in what I do, leaving the path that will lead me to burnout, over editing everything, to a path that will help me to embrace my creativity but also my well-being. And I'm in love with YouTube because starting my YouTube journey have helped me also to unleash that confidence, creating a community. So thank you for being part of this community, and without further ado, let's start. A lot of us struggle with creating content being tied to a certain schedule. This hustle culture can lead to burnout, especially when we are also taking care of other activities in our personal life and in our business. But what if there was another way? So today we are going to explore how to use your feminine energy in your content creation in order to flow more and to have that sense of ease and connect with our community at a deeper level. Creating content doesn't have to feel like something that you are forcing out. Think about it like a river. When you try to control a river, if you want to build a dam or if you want to direct it somewhere else, then it loses its full power. But if you let the river just follow her path, then she can carve the path ahead as she goes, right? This could be also the same with our content. When we go with the flow, it can have its full power. For example, what can you simplify? What can you make easier? The editing process is one of the things that takes so much time, right? What if we can make the editing minimal or cut it out at all? Live streaming is a beautiful way how to cut out the editing, especially when you come, you are present, and you channel the message that you have, following your heart and your intuition. So that is how your community can really be touched. They can ask you their questions and the message has its full power that way. Okay, let's talk about the masculine way of creating content versus the feminine way. At the end of the day, we need a little bit of both. We need the masculine energy as well. But our masculine energy way of creating content is more about the strategy. It's more about that strong schedule, that consistency at all costs, about doing so much. But this often leads to burnout and to losing our authentic voice in order to follow what the algorithm wants to do. If that can help our growth in terms of views and subscriber count, that is a beautiful thing. I don't want to negate that benefit of the masculine structure. It also helps us to be consistent so that the audience that we have can really count on us to bring our next video for them. So it's a beautiful thing, but it shouldn't go at the expense of our own health, of our own well-being. And this is when the feminine way of content creation comes in, where you try to simplify, when you check up with your own energy and your own intuition to know if you are ready to come and create the most powerful content that you can create, to come and share your most potent breakthrough so that others can benefit from them, to share your most activating stories with your beautiful feminine energy so that people can really be transformed by your experiences. So when we bring in our feminine energy, it's more about our intuition, about flow, and about our creativity. It's less about forcing things to happen with a schedule and more about allowing things to happen, doing our inner work so that we are keeping a high vibrational energy, and so that we can come with that high vibrational energy and trust that the message that we will have for that day is going to be really powerful. Following our intuition is like listening with our soul. And then when you have an inspiration from your soul, you take action from there and you really act quickly, because if you don't, the other energies like limiting beliefs, self-doubt, and whatever usually stop us from creating, usually blocks our creativity, those things will come and make us rethink if that idea was a good idea at all. For example, the idea for this video just came to me, and I was like, wow, it can be even a course idea or a coaching idea in order to help the people who struggle with overwhelm in their content creation, who struggle with not being consistent, we struggle with not knowing what to talk about. This can be a coaching and course material, creating your YouTube content, your successful YouTube channel with your feminine energy. Of course, we need the masculine energy, like I said before, for example, to set up our camera and our lighting a certain way, right? But how can we simplify this? For example, if I was doing this video outside, I wouldn't worry about the lighting and I could just use my phone, so I wouldn't really worry about having an expensive camera also, right? Most of us already have a phone, so we can really use this. It's a way how we use our feminine energy, using what is already available for us. When you use your intuition, you trust that you will know exactly what to share instead of relying only on the trends, on what the algorithm is promoting at the moment, and that kind of things. The beautiful thing with creating our content from our feminine energy is that we really tap into our authentic voice and we can create from that space. One of the most high vibrational quality of human beings is our authenticity. That's why people who share with more authenticity, sharing from their heart, sharing the truth, they have a more powerful message, and that message touches our soul so that we want to follow them, we want to know more about them. We want to know more about what they are doing. So how do we create with our feminine energy, especially when it comes to creating with ease? One of the things that really helped me was to follow my creative cycles. They are correlated to our women cycle, and there are cycles to create where we are really inspired, and there are other cycles where we are more in a rest phase. That will make our inspiration grow like a seed out of that rest phase, and then the cycle goes on again. So listen to your body, see when you are more energized, when you are more inspired to create, and create most of your content at that period, and then schedule them to come at their own time. And for the live stream, you can make sure that you prepare for that live stream, that you do the activities that will elevate your energy, going for the walk in the park, sleeping well the day before, eating something high vibrational for your body. Today I did myself some red beet juice, and this is just the rest of it. It's beautiful when you can do that kind of thing that really elevates your energy, and that is also taking care of your body at the same time. Prioritizing those kind of activity is something that I'm looking forward to do more of, because when I am not aware of creating for my feminine energy, I am more called to just come, turn on the camera and want to film something, not making sure if I am nourished or if my energy levels are great, that I want to share my message, not making sure that the message comes from my heart and from the highest vibration possible. Trying to create content in those low vibrational energy moments, it can feel like you are trying to push against a brick wall, right? You need a lot more energy to be present. But when you wait for your high vibrational cycle to create, then you are really flowing. It just comes like water flows in a river, right? You are amazed at the idea that come and how beautifully people also react to those ideas. They just flow naturally. Take one day and want to plan my content. That felt like frustration. I don't know what my niche is, right? I don't know what to create about, and I don't want to copy what other people are doing. But now that I've learned to listen to my intuition, even in content creation, when an idea comes, I write it down. And when it feels like a sparkly idea, like a full body yes for an idea, then I enter the creative mode for that idea. You can think that, but I still need a plan, right? It's a beautiful thing to have a plan because it will help you to have a structure that you follow, and not just go left and right and just talk with all your inspiration, right? Some people learn better when there is a clear structure, and others learn better when there are many stories. When you are in creative mode, then you can include that and create a structure how you are going to present that inspiration. Then you can add those stories that are going to be a way to connect with your audience, and also less space for improvisation. So what I love to do is to have some bullet points, and then I can flow for each bullet points, talk about what my experience has been, bring in example, and so on. At the beginning, I didn't remember to add those, like the stories, the examples, the analogies. I was more thinking logically and thinking academically, right? Because for my training, I have a master's degree from University of Technology in Hamburg. So I am an engineer in my way of thinking, and I thought that academic structure needs to be in the videos. But I noticed that I love videos where people have that structure somehow, but most importantly when they have beautiful stories, beautiful example from their real experience or from other people's experiences and analogies. So I decided to introduce also those in my content creation, and this is also a way to introduce your feminine energy. So instead of having a content calendar, I just have my energy and my inspiration. So I work more with my energy. I plan some content. Beforehand, I can do some research. What is the video that I want to present? And I have two way of doing this. For the uploads, I plan them so that they are topics that I know are already performing well or have performed well in the past, right? And then for the live stream, I am more listening to my intuition and to my energy. And when I have an idea, I wanted to say a brilliant idea, but it's not for me to judge my ideas, right? So when I have an intuitive idea, I can see how my energy levels are, and I can go for that live stream. And I prepare some bullet points that I want to talk about. I make some notes so that I don't forget anything, right? And then I allow myself to flow, to download the message that I want to share and to speak it in the live stream. And this has simplified my life so much. It can be even possible to just have your live stream as a way to create content. I don't know if that is the right strategy for growth. I know that is the right strategy to connect with your audience, but there are some factors like when do you go live? Are the people at work or are they present with you? For example, in my case, I am working when our children are in school, but then all of the people are also working. Ideally, it would be better to do the live stream in the evening when people are home. But in my current situation, I am taking care of my kids in the evening. If they are home with me, they will be playing so loud that I cannot focus on a live stream. Or sometimes they will want to come and say hi to the camera. But with my husband, we have agreed not to include the kids. Live streaming is a beautiful thing, and the most high energy you are, the better it is. I absolutely loved my last live stream because there were people watching with me online, right? They could ask questions, and I guess the subject was really interesting for them, how to connect with your feminine energy. For that day, my personal challenge was to do a 1 hour long live stream, and it really worked, so I'm really grateful for that. I also had a question during that live stream and I loved it. I also got some subscribers, like 2 people subscribed, so I was really like, wow, that's the power of your feminine energy. It increased my energy even more on that day. First of all, the day before, I allowed myself to rest after teaching my lesson. And then on the day of the live stream, I gave myself permission to do a walk in the park just before I went live. Those things made my energy on that day be really high vibrational, and so that I could attract to me the people who needed that message on that day. Another key to creating content with feminine energy is to release the perfectionism, to release the fear, and to go with your authentic self, presenting yourself the way you are, and concentrating on the message that you have to share with your community. That is one thing that I want to do today, like simplify the process, especially since I am going back and forth in my head about how healthy my makeup is for me. I love it. I love how I look with makeup and what it does for us women or people who wear makeup. But at the same time, I feel in conflict, internal conflict about wearing it. So by letting myself just be the way I am, making it more easy for me to just share my content, right? And this is a beautiful thing also that your feminine energy can allow you to do. I am now in alignment with those both aspects of me, one that wants to wear makeup and one that wants to just be free without makeup. I mean, it's funny that I associate that with free, being free, because sometimes I just wear that makeup for the video and then after the video I want to wash it as fast as possible and you can see how beautiful it is, first of all, and also how, especially this month, I got some of the hormonal pimples that come on your jawline. And I was asking myself, is this because of makeup? Of course, I know that it's because of many things, like I haven't been sleeping well in the past week. And I know that this is not my present self. This is the result of what my past self 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that did, that have those results right now. Like didn't sleep enough, was too stressful because of this and that. So now that I'm more relaxed, past last week and this week, I talked to you about that day where I gave myself permission to just relax, right? And then do the live stream the next day instead of doing them the same day. So those things are like my new energy, my new vibration. And because of that, the result that I will have next month are going to be different. I mean, for my skin. And who knows, maybe for my content also. What I see right now is not my current reality. It's the result of my past self. So I look forward to the future. And if I want different results in the future, then it's imperative that I change my way of doing today. So I make sure that I go to bed not too late and that I have enough sleep. So find out what sleep schedule is best for you. And depending of our inspiration, of our hormones levels, all of that influence how much sleep we need. If we think of our content creation like planting a garden, it's not about waiting for the perfect weather where you will be able to plant your seeds. You can plant your seed from here where you are and then trust that nature will do her part of the work once the seed are planted, and not wait for that perfect weather and never plant the seed. So I really encourage you, if you haven't yet and it has been on your heart to start a YouTube channel, that you really take that risk, take that leap of faith to start planting your seeds. And with time, those seeds will grow, because that is what nature does. It just lets the seed that were planted grow, sending water, giving sunlight, and then with the magic of growing seeds, the seeds just grow and bring us multiple rewards on their own time. It is the same with our content creation. Whatever you are creating right now is going to grow at its own time also. Some of my best content have come from me trusting my heart instead of working with my head. Well, especially when it comes to connecting with people. I have had one video that went, you can call it viral, having more views than the other videos, and that brought me most of my subscribers on my channel. And then I was knowing from my heart that this is not the direction that I want to take. How come that this is the video that brings so much more people? When I share from my heart, I also get the response, right? Especially when the topic, like connecting with your feminine energy, is something that people are really interested in and want to connect back to. Because as women, when we don't connect with our feminine energy, when we don't awaken her, because she's already present in us, but when we don't use her in our living, in our content creation, in anything that we do, then we tend to go to the masculine energy and wounded aspects of that masculine energy, so that this can be detrimental for us, creating hormonal imbalances and all kinds of problems. So what resonates most with people is what comes from your heart, your truth that you are sharing, because they are more interested in that versus seeing some polished version of ChatGPT presentation. So sharing your own experiences from your heart is going to really connect you with people. In that video that brought me so many people was really also me sharing my heart, talking about me having this keloid and how I could find my confidence without keloid. And when I did, people started complimenting me on that and seeing it as something beautiful, something special. Alright, so if you are feeling burnout and uninspired, then I really advise you to start creating from a place of more intuition and flow. One thing that I love doing is to go to the forest or for a walk, and then if I have an idea, I just take my phone and I start filming. I think in my head about some bullet point that I want to talk about, and that is the structure that I use for my video, very minimal. And then for the editing, I just cut some places, and so minimal editing so that the viewer is not bored. So let your feminine energy guide you in content creation from now on, trusting that you will have the right idea for your audience, and that your job is to show up as most authentic as possible and in your most high vibrational energy as possible, and that is your gift for your community. Your audience will feel that authenticity, that high vibrational energy, and that will make your content really stand out. Just like the river finds its way effortlessly, so too can you and me. So too can we create our content with more flow, trusting in the intuition to guide us in our creative journey and following our creative cycles, letting go of too much control and adopting the flow of creativity with all its cycles. I have 2 courses. Ongoing is Feminine Rebirth, which is all about setting up the foundation of your dream business the feminine way. I just started that course because of an inspiration. Even if I am the only participant at the moment, I really enjoy creating those sessions. It can be the same for you. Following your creativity can lead you to start creating courses who can be digital assets. I hope that now you will be inspired to flow more and to keep optimal well-being, including your feminine energy in your content creation. Until next time, stay inspired.